We often translate the Greek word ecclesia as assembly. But what is it that is being assembled? It is the assembling together of the living parts of Jesus Christ. That means his head and his many members. We picture this in a marriage, when the man and woman become united as one person. It takes hard work to stop this lady ecclesia from being organic. It is her biological nature. It is only her organic function that can truly restore the first-century church. Men who try to build a church interfere with her beautiful organic nature. Let us drop in on a group of men intent on ignoring biology but committed to verses pulled out of context. Here is what these men are thinking. We will need miracles. A New Testament church will have to have deacons and elders. There should be prophets, etc. Women should not talk in the meeting, and we will meet in a home. These men then begin gathering up all these elements, and they believe we now have a New Testament church. No, forcing those elements into an organization does not make it a New Testament church, but Dr. Ludwig Frankenstein would be impressed. They have only one problem. What they have put together is dead. This approach does not produce a living creature. There is no place on earth more lifeless than a gathering of Christians in the house church movement when it has tried to reconstruct the elements of a New Testament church. The house church, their New Testament church, will be boredom itself, as great as the boredom they experienced in their previous Sunday morning church service. There is no substitute for biology, and that includes bringing together an organization. As a baby grows, so grows the ecclesia. There is no such thing as a New Testament church, but there is a corporate living person, the bride of Christ. She is a living organism. She is also captive to the laws of genetics. As in genetics, there is an unstoppable pattern. That is, her ways, her nature, her expression are encoded in her. The only way such a beautiful woman will live again is to give her the chance to live out her encoded nature. Then she naturally becomes what she naturally is. There are two choices. You can have a corpse, or you can have the DNA of the church. Consider the DNA of a baby, a human embryo, a human that has been conceived in a mother's womb. The parents, when they find that a child is on the way, do not fall down on their faces praying that the baby will have a nose, 2 ears, 2 eyes, 10 fingers, and 10 toes. Even without consciously considering it, the parents know that inside that baby there is an encoded nature which will produce a human being. The baby grows by an irreversible, unstoppable biological pattern unique to humans. That child, to no one's surprise, will have toes, fingers, eyes, ears, and will look like a human, only smaller. So also is the bride of Christ. She is a living being. She is born, and eventually she grows up to have organically all those elements an ecclesia is supposed to have, which you find chronicled in the story. That is, if men do not interfere with her organic growth. We are looking at biology versus a coroner's forensics. We would think it strange if someone tried to have a baby by putting together different parts of the human body and then announcing, "Here is a baby." That is exactly what men do when they attempt to have a New Testament church. They read about what once was, and they begin attaching pieces together. Every day a spontaneous church is killed by someone who is making sure it is a New Testament church. That kills her nature, her DNA, her purity, her spontaneity and innocence. All in order to be scriptural, when in fact what comes out is not scriptural at all. You can put together your deacons and your elders, plus whatever else you find in your scriptural view. You can gather up all those parts, but you will not end up with the life of the church. That, dear reader, is exactly what you have when you have a New Testament church. All the parts, all the titles, the activities, yet you will not have life. What you are attempting is biologically impossible. Essentially, you have what Ludwig had, a dead corpse. And though you have all the parts, you have no electricity to give life. All the Bible study on earth will not produce life, nor will all the titles found in a New Testament concordance. Only biology produces life.